Welcome back to On Deck Circle Podcast, brought to you by Fantasy Six Pack. I am your freshly cut host. I got a haircut before the show a couple days ago.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It was dire, man. It was tough. I have a wedding this weekend, so like I needed to get the haircut like a few days before because like the fresh, especially with like a fade. A fresh fade is a little much.
Yeah.
So you need a few days to get the fade to come in a bit.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Yeah. So my favorite part of the show, the cold open question of the week, we're going to start with that today. And that's going to be, what are your plans for Mother's Day, Jason? 3, 2, 1, go. All right, Jason. So what do we got?
The good thing is I'm not a mom, so I don't really have a lot of expectations.
Yeah.
But no, I seriously, I do have a wife and I have a mom.
Yep.
Luckily, and maybe unfortunately, I'm not sure how you want to look at it, but my mom will be out of town. She's on a cruise. She's leaving for a cruise tomorrow, so I got to worry about anything for her. Making her happy on that day. But my wife, we will be going to brunch in the morning. Just a local place here, nothing special. They give a free mimosa to moms, things like that. It's a nice little touch. Got her some presents. She'll open those up, and then generally in the past, I've taken my wife. Like I'm sure, like many women out there, that my wife loves plants, whether it be indoor, outdoor, house plants. Loves plants, so we usually go to like the local nursery. Let her splurge, man. I just let her go, which might be reckless on my part, but yeah, we just go and she runs wild at the local nursery and just grab whatever she wants.
All right, I love that. Do you guys have like an outdoor garden? Is that something that you guys do? Or
so not necessarily a garden. Yeah, we have a lot of flower beds and pots and stuff, and she's actually more of an indoor house plant person than an actually out. I mean, she likes outdoor planting, but she prefers indoor plants.
Yeah.
So I let her, exactly. I don't know what that is, but she probably could identify that just off looking.
Yeah. We're a big plant house too.
Nice.
We open our garden on May 17th. That's at least what it says on my calendar here.
Okay. So you grow vegetables and stuff?
Yeah. So we do vegetables. It's a raised bed because we are city dwellers. So it's like a big wooden thing that we bought. And we need to keep the rats out. So that's it. For me, Mother's Day is going to be, I'm going to spend it at my mother. On Saturday, I'm going to my mom's house. I'm bringing her some breakfast.
Nice.
Sunday, we're going to my mother-in-law's house for brunch. Then next week is the Zaniboni Mother's Day, just because like everyone's moving and shaking. So we'll do something then. And it's also, I don't know if you'll be able to. Have you ever had to go to like a dance recital?
No. My family is very.
I have to go to a dance recital next Saturday, and then after that is our Mother's Day, and I'm not looking forward to it at all.
Yeah. Yeah, the Beckner family genes are very male dominant. I have a brother and I have 5 male cousins, and I have 2 sons. So like, there's not a lot of dance recitals going on in this house. This family.
So I'll complain about that, not on next week's episode, but the week after. So just look forward to that.
Yeah. All right. Well, Nick, we're back week 6. We got a panic or hold, buy sell kind of show again. But we'll look at, lo and behold, I don't get too far in front of the wagon in front of the cart, but it is now May 7th, and we're starting to see some of these guys we talked about a month ago kind of start to turn around a little bit. It's small sample size, but most specifically, my boy PCA.
Figuring it out?
Starting to figure it out a little bit. Couple home runs. Yeah, Cubbies are hot. Yeah, 3 walk-offs in a row. Also hot. Yeah. Yeah, they've won like 4 or 5 in a row. Yeah. PCA has hit a walk-off home run. He's up to now 4 home runs, 7 stolen bases. Still striking out 27% of the time, but just goes to show you sometimes you can't always, panic on some of these guys. Maybe hold on to them instead of panic and cut them or maybe even just trade them if that's what you want. But we'll continue that topic this week. Talk about some guys that were panicking and maybe holding and what you should be doing with them as well. This week I'm going to kick it off with my boy, one of my guys here, Logan Webb, the Giants. Really weird spot statistically so far. But if you look at a lot of the underlying stats, you can kind of see that maybe, he's basically being better than what his numbers show. Because he currently has a 5.06 ERA, 1.4 WHIP. He's only got a 20% strikeout rate, and he's only got 2 wins in 8 starts so far. Now, a lot of the wins, obviously, he's on just an awful San Francisco Giants team.
Dumpster fire.
Yeah. But if you look a little bit deeper at Webb here, right now, a lot of the struggles is, his primary pitch, the sinker, just getting hit a lot harder. So far in the season, the batting average against on the sinker is a 257 with a 62% hard hit rate. So I mean, that's the biggest red flag right now is the sinker's just getting hit hard. Not only is it getting hit hard, it's finding holes. And it's kind of been like what's kind of going on with him the last 2 years now. We had a really nice 2024 season from him. And then last year and now this year, the hard hit ground ball rate is now inflating his BABIP or his expected WOBA, which is then not something you expect from like such an ace level pitcher. The grounders are getting hit hard and hard often, and then also finding holes. So that's obviously a recipe for disaster. Not only that, but his strikeout and his put away rate is also declining. The changeup sweeper used to be like a really nice put away pitch after the sinker, and the hitters are now making more chase contact on those pitches. The whiff profile has just gotten really bad on those pitches. He's relying more on just like pitching to contact with the sinker than he is like striking guys out. He's not throwing a lot of first pitch strikes either. Right now, and his best pitch aside from the sinker is his changeup. And the changeup's just really not been really good. He was using it really well and effectively prior to 2025. He was got 42% in 2023. Now, in these last 2 years, he's basically only throwing it 20% of the time, 24% of the time. And not only was that his best pitch, he's now not throwing it more often. It's still, when he does throw it, it's still been pretty good, though. It's got a 207 batting average against last year, and now this year it's hanging kind of on that same level. And it's really nice whiff rate on it, too, so I wish he would use that more instead of the sweeper. But I'm not sure why he why he moved away from the change. That was basically the best put away pitch. But, he's basically becoming more of a pitcher than like a dominant, overpowering guy. And I wish we kind of go back to that overpowering, like sinkers to get ahead in the count and then use that changeup to get him out. But he's just not doing that right now. But I think I would not be panicking on Webb. It's still a small sample size, right? He's on a bad team, so the wins may not be there right away. But I think that ERA might slowly kind of come back down to where we used to. But yeah, I don't know. What are your thoughts on Webb? Are you panicking or?
Yeah, I mean, panicking in a sense. If this is dynasty share, I'm most likely trying to move him, but I don't. I think one of my big questions is, so he's 29, right?
Yep.
He's got 2 more years left of control on this contract. If I'm the Giants, I'm trading Logan Webb. And I realistically, I mean, I'm sure there are names, but like he would be the biggest starting pitcher available currently available. And I think you might as well cash in because this season is lost. They are a disaster. Is the coach, I understand it was a college coach and it wasn't like the most popular hire, but like, is he doing anything that's like crazy that people are like, this is why you're losing? or is it just like they stink?
I think they just stink.
Yeah. I just think a college coach is more apt to deal with these younger players, and jumping right in and having to deal with Rafael Devers, having to deal with Willie Adames and these huge contracts that these guys are not living up to. And then you got Webb, who's shown that he can be an ace. But last year, you mentioned he was we were starting to see that trend of it going downward. And this year, he hasn't really done anything to make us think otherwise. Ideally, I'm trading him in Dynasty. Redraft, I'm holding because you're not going to trade Logan Webb for prospects in even like a keeper league, unless it's like you keep 10. So yeah, this is a tough one. Pitching this year, I always like to just blame the weather. I know I said this last week about some of the Red Sox start, but like, you're playing in San Francisco. I understand not every game's in San Francisco, but like these shouldn't be real problems for him, but they seem to be. So yeah, this is someone that I am definitely panicking on. But I think if you get that giant stench off him, he might be in a better situation. I don't know who would be in the market for Logan Webb. I mean, everyone's always looking for pitchers. I mean, we just saw the Tyler Glass now get hurt because everyone gets fucking hurt now.
Yeah, it's insane.
Would the Giants trade Logan Webb, or you attach Rafael Devers to Logan Webb and say, here, take him both free.
Yeah, it's crazy. His home run the fly ball right now is at 13%. Again, small sample size, that's going to come down, but that's insane. 13% home run the fly ball rate. But yeah, the strikeout rates are down. I definitely have my concerns for Webb. He's on a bad team. But I think that's a good call. I think you could definitely see him be moved at the deadline this year. Because, like, again, the Giants are going to be going into rebuild mode, and you can get a lot back with not only trading a pitcher, but a pitcher with 2 years control. His return could be really nice for the Giants if someone's out there is a willing buyer.
Yeah, they have Robbie Ray too. Like, they have a lot of guys that they could really just like replenish whatever they got going on. Yeah,
they don't right now. I mean, their lineup is pretty bad. I mean, aside from like Devers, Adames is decent. Chapman's just decent. Those are like
Ramos is fine.
Yeah, they're all like 1-2 win players. They don't really have anybody that's like going to carry that offense. And then the pitching's been suspect so far to start the year. So I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, in redraft, you got to hold Dynasty. I'd be looking to maybe not full on panic, but maybe try to get some feelers out there with your league and see who's willing to buy. All right, let's jump over to one of your guys here. Ketel Marte, the Diamondbacks. We panicking? We holding?
I'm gonna just cut right to chase here. I am indeed panicking on Ketel Marte in a dynasty sense. It's kind of like my thoughts on Webb. On a redraft, I'm holding just because like you wasted a lot of draft capital on him. You're already in May. Your team is already your team at this point unless you're making like a big deal. But he's hitting 215. I don't want to say only 5 home runs because Fernando Tatis Jr. still has yet to hit a home run. But only 5 homers. And he's 32. I just think it's just time to cut bait with Ketel Marte while you can as a dynasty owner. And I can see someone who's looking to acquire Ketel Marte looking at the Savant page being like, well, his expecting batting average is over 300. His expected WOBA over 360. So I can see why someone would trade for him, but I want to be the person trading him strictly just to get some assets back before this kind of just, I don't want to say crashes and burns, but before it just gets to be like, oh, this is definitely a sell. So I'm definitely the guy that's rather trade you a year early than a year late. So I think right now is that time, and it very could be a month early than a month late. Because if we see another bad 3 weeks, then his value could just go down exponentially. Like it's still 30 home run pop out of second base. That's huge. I get that. But at what cost when he's hitting 215 with an OBP under 280? So it's just someone that I'd rather just kind of wipe my hands with him and be like, all right, thank you for all you did for my team and trade him. I think you should be able to get a decent haul back just because I think someone will stumble upon these expected stats and be like, oh, he should be good. But I think if Marte was 28, sure, all in. But we're seeing that kind of downward trend of like post 31. You're kind of like, I mean, I was complaining about my back and my arm last week, and I'm 32. So imagine how he feels.
Yeah. I don't know if you remember, but about a month ago, we did Trade Target episode, and I called out trading away Ketel Marte in your Dynasty leagues. I'm not going to take that.
Tommy Troy.
Yeah. I'm not going to take that victory lap right now, but I don't know. Ketel Marte is just not somebody that I've never really been fully in on. Hits decent power, hits for good average. But other than that, I mean, he doesn't steal bases. Yeah, I don't know. He was somebody that I was kind of starting to get myself out on last couple of years. I called it in the talked about it a couple weeks ago. Currently has a 74 WRC plus. You talk about the home runs. He has 5 home runs, but he's actually only slugging 363 right now. So it's either home run or nothing. No extra base hits in there. Striking out more, walking less. The approach to the plate is just not there for me. So yeah, I totally agree. I'd be panicking and selling off Ketel Marte. And I think you nailed it on the head there. And my next guy here is, why don't we talk about, we'll just go back to back with yours, because my guy's more of a buy or sell instead of a panic or hold. So let's jump right into your next guy here. It's Bryan Woo, the Mariners.
So for full transparency, Jason and I pick players usually the day before a show, and this happens to happen the day that Bryan Woo pitched, and he was absolutely lights out. But my stance is not going to change because I am still all in on Bryan Woo. I think you might be able to find an owner that might have been panicking at some point in the last few days. But again, we're still at that like early time where you can like look at small samples. So he had like one true blow up. Oh no. Yes. One true blow up of 7 runs. And it was at St. Louis. It just like Bryan Woo getting rocked by St. Louis is an anomaly. It's true. Like if this was Bryan Woo against the Yankees, I don't want to say I'd be more concerned, but I would be like, oh, he was pitching well and the Yankees are just very good. This just kind of strikes me as like, wasn't his day, you know?
Yep.
And we saw the strikeouts come back a bit last night.
Well, we had 2 bad back-to-back starts, one against St. Louis and one against the Royals.
Oh, the Royals is before the log I'm looking at, so thank you.
Yeah. Yes. So St. Louis 7 runs, then against the Royals he gave up another 6.
Yep.
And then it was like, that's when the panic started to set in. Everyone's like, 13 runs in 9 innings.
And then he has a one-hitter through 6 with 9 Ks. Like,
yeah.
I think he's far closer to who we saw all of last season and most of this season outside of those 2. So this is definitely like a quicker one. I'm all in on Woo. I can't believe he's only 26. That's crazy. This Mariners team, and not to make this about Cade Anderson, but he is being unbelievable in Double-A currently. And I don't know what they're gonna do, but like something has to give. It might be Cade out of the bullpen, but we'll see. The Mariners are kind of that team that I always like to follow. I think it's kind of like a Griffey thing for me. I know, like, it's just like, oh, Griffey played for the Mariners. Everyone loves the Mariners because Griffey was like cool when we were kids.
Yeah. I've said it here before times that Seattle's like one of my teams. I think I like them because they're a West Coast team, and I love staying up late watching baseball. So the Mariners are always on.
Okay.
They don't start till like 9:30, 9 o'clock here. So the games aren't ending till almost midnight Central Time. But yeah, the biggest thing with Wu, those two starts, the biggest concern is more of an anomaly actually than a concern is the long ball. He gave up 6 home runs in those 2 games, and he gave up 16 hits, and 6 of them were home runs. So those are like more just outliers. I don't think that's something you can see continuing to happen going forward. I think Wu will be totally fine. Do not panic on Wu. He showed again, like you said, we talked about it just a second ago, why he is still, I think, Seattle's ace. And yeah, 1 hit, 6 innings, only 2 walks and 9 strikeouts. So let us all know that not to panic right now. Things will be all right. All right, let's jump over to here. One of my guys. Again, this is not a panic hold. I just want to talk about this guy because I think it's one of those guys that kind of just gets. It's a West Coast guy. Let's just get right into it. Xander Bogaerts.
Oh, jeez. What is this? 2013?
Yeah, and that's why I had to bring it up. Have you seen what Bogaerts has been doing so far? Again, it's only been a month and a half, but he's quietly put together one of his better starts since the prime Boston years. So right now is to begin 2026. He's slashing 276, 357.
Wow.
457. He's got an 813 OPS, 7 home runs. 7 home runs, 22
He's
RBIs,
on the juice, man.
4 stolen bases already. If you look around in more to the advanced stats too, the quality contact is up. He's got a 91 mile per hour average exit velo. The hard hit rate's at like 44%. He's got a 378 xWOBA. He's driving the ball again. The power's starting to kind of come back already. He's got 7 home runs after only having 11 in all of 2025. So he's already most likely going to pace and pass his 11 home runs of all last year and probably the first 2 months of the season. Some of the encouraging signs that I've seen on him so far. The strikeout rate remains low. He's getting barreling the ball a lot more. The pull side power is returned. Still making really nice contact against fastballs. Right now, he is on pace for 25 home runs, 75 RBIs, almost 800 OPS. And this would obviously be his best offensive production since his Boston years. And yeah, I mean, right now he looks healthy, more explosive. And I will say, I took him late in a redraft league just as I needed somebody, and he fell in the draft. And I can't get him out of my lineup. I had him out for the first 2 weeks of the lineup. I'm like, he forced the hand. I have him in my lineup and starting in a redraft league because I can't get him out because he just keeps performing. What say you? Are you buying or selling this 2026 Xander Bogaerts?
I mean, I have to be buying. Like, yeah, I'm all in. It's
crazy.
Like, I was watching the game cast yesterday, and because I'm still waiting on that Tatis homer, and I was like, I looked at I saw Bogey hit a home run. I was like, oh, nice. And then I looked at his average, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
Still not living up to the contract he signed.
No, never. I don't think he ever will.
But boy, is this a good story. And the Padres are also kind of like a team for me, just because their play-by-play guy is the old Red Sox guy. So that's always fun to see the highlights. But yeah, I'm all in on this. You probably could have got him on waivers in some redraft leagues. So
yeah, that's a good question. I probably won't be able to time to pull it up. It'll take
probably not now. But
right, no. I was gonna look up his preseason ADP, but I don't have that ability right now. I don't have it open. It'll take me too long to pull it up. Yeah, like I said, he's forcing the hand. I have to keep him in my lineup until he proves me wrong. I got to keep him in. There's a couple of leagues where I'm like, middle infield might be back. There's guys that I got where I'm like, Ozzie Albies. He's been falling in draft after the awful 2025. He might be back too. There's guys that I can't even get guys in my lineup because I got too many middle infielders that are just like I thought were going to be ass, And they're just back. Albies is back. Bogaerts is back. I got Colson Montgomery from the White Sox, who rides my bench in TGFBI because I have nowhere to put him.
Yeah.
I have Trey Turner, Ozzie Albies as my shortstop and my middle infielder, and then my utility is Moises Ballesteros. So I have nowhere to put Colson Montgomery right now.
Wow. Trade him.
Which I could. TGFBI, no trade league. All right, that's going to do the panic and hold buy sell segment. Let's get into some of these deep league targets. Start with your guy here, prospect Alex McCoy.
Yeah, we're gonna talk a little bit Alex McCoy. If there's one thing about me, everyone knows I'm a body guy. Alex McCoy, 6'5", 260 pounds. He's a big boy. He's in high A currently. One thing that is kind of a downer for me is he is 24 in high A. Yeah. However, currently on the season, he's hitting 313, OBP over 360, 5 stolen bases. Imagine covering second base and someone 6'5", 260 is sliding into you. Yeah. He's got five homers. He was the Appalachian League player of the month. He slashed 250, 386 with an OPS over 1.069, 29 hits, 5 homers, led the league in doubles with 10. He's just huge, man. I don't know truly what he could be if he ever is anything. But he's been good he's been in the system since 2025, which doesn't really make sense for me, honestly. Like, what the hell was this guy? Oh, COVID, probably. He
probably got 5-year senior. Yeah, he wasn't even drafted in the MLB. He was an undrafted free agent. Yeah. So he probably had like 6 years of eligibility because of COVID. That's
crazy. Anyway, he hits the shit out of the ball, and he's huge. Padres always kind of seem to – they really do a great job at drafting and developing players. They just never play for them. They just always trade them.
They'll trade him away.
Yeah. So look for Alex McCoy to be on the Giants when he's in the Logan Webb package.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I know it's low minors, but 14 steals from a 6'5", 260 too. Yeah. So it's like hits for high average. Definitely a deep league cut there. Like it.
Deepest of leagues.
Yeah, for sure. But hey, you never know. He's only been a professional for a year and a half. So yeah, you never know. I mean, he did have some seasoning in college, but yeah. And then that age too, if he is continuing to succeed, they'll excel him through that.
Like he could be in AAA by like the end of the year, or even like you never really fucking know with the Padres,
right? Yeah, you never know. AJ probably does some crazy shit there, man. But anyways, let's get into the next guy here. My guy, not the deepest of leagues, maybe more of a deeper redraft target. But I think maybe in some shallower dynasty leagues and stuff like that. It's like about AJ Ewing in the New York Mets. He's really, really come on these last 2 years. Starting to get a lot of hype. Going into the season, and it's after a strong 2025, he started really getting some helium. He's starting to crack a lot of top 100 prospects list. He made MLB Pipeline's top 100 prospects look at like in the 90s, I think. That's really thanks in part to a strong 2025. But yeah, he was drafted in the 4th round by the Mets back in 2023. Again, nice breakout in 2025, and then that's continued again here in 2026. So far in 2026, he's got 26 games, slashing 363, 478, 549 slug. That's across both double and AAA. He's actually performing better during a small sample at AAA than he did at AA to start the season. Really a nice elite approach at the plate. He's got more walks than strikeouts. The strikeouts actually down, and it's down to below 20%. Currently it's a 173 WRC plus. I think the power and speed combo could be there for him, as long as he starts to mature and kind of tap into that raw power and get into game power. He could, maybe get into that double digit, probably like 10 to 15 home runs. But the main calling card here is the batting average, and then when he gets on base, he's like a Chandler Simpson almost in a sense. steals bases like crazy. Chandler Simpson, we know, has that 100 stolen base season. Ewing had 70 stolen bases last year. Wow. So right, almost in line, kind of in that same concept and vein as Chandler Simpson. He's already got 16 stolen bases this year. If that power continues to progress as he matures, it'll be a really nice power speed combo. The only thing I would say, though, is maybe a little bit of a call, maybe kind of slow down, is the BABIP is insane. His whole career BABIP in the minors has been super inflated. He currently has, I believe, like almost 400. Yeah, he's got a 431 BABIP right now. And that BABIP has always almost notoriously been at or around 400. So I think a lot of that is the speed. But I think, we see kind of that archetype with Chandler Simpson where, a lot of those infield maybe hits can get turned into infield ground balls can get turned into hits. And not only for that, but for Dynasty, but like I said, for deep redraft leagues, I think he's probably on the verge of getting called up to the Mets.
Yeah.
The Mets are obviously, we know their struggles have been insane so far again this year. They probably are looking for some sort of spark. I don't know if that maybe is Ewing. They did already call up Benj, and he's just kind of been meh. I think they called up Benj to try and get a spark to that lineup, and he's just been kind of middling too. So, redraft leagues, if you're looking for a prospect to stash, that might be a nice boost to your ratios and stolen bases. Keep an eye on AJ Ewing of the Mets. And then even somebody in if you're in a batting average league in a dynasty, he could be a nice target for you to grab. Because I think even with that inflated batting average or BABIP, the batting average will still be around like 275, if not higher, at the major league level. So a nice boost to your ratios at major league level and stolen bases for sure.
Nice one.
Yeah, man. Not the deepest of cuts. It's not a undrafted free agent.
No, but yours is actually useful, Jason.
No, it's okay. You never know. Alex McCoy could definitely be useful in as long as he progresses.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, Nick, that's going to do it for the Week 6 episode of the On Deck Circle podcast. We'll be back next week. I think as we get a little bit more bigger sample sizes, we may have to switch it up on one of these weeks and just do like a full. I'm not sure what that'll entail, but maybe pivot for 1 or 2 weeks. As we get closer, we get some of these prospect statistics going and stuff like that. We'll talk maybe some more prospects and stuff like that.
Yeah, I think we could definitely incorporate more, alternate a more prospect heavy show.
Yeah, just throw it in there, trying to throw a wrinkle into the weekly episodes. But we'll talk about that in off air. All right, Nick.
Peace.
See you next week.